Nakakuha naman ng mataas na approval rating ang Administrasyong Duterte sa 11 mula sa 12 mahalagang isyu na kinakaharap ng ating bansa. Kaya naman may report si Rocky Ignacio hinggil sa bagay na ito.
Nakuha ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte ang pinakamataas sa approval rating ng taong bayan sa kampanya kontra kriminalidad. Ayon sa Pulse Asia survey nitong December 6 hanggang 11, umabot sa 84% ang nagsabi na pabor sila sa ginagawa ng pamahalaan para sugpuin ang krimen. Ikinatuwa rin ng Malacanang na 11 mula sa 12 usapin na isinusulong ng administrasyon ang kinatigan ng publiko. Ito ang pagtugon sa panahon ng sakuna, paglaban sa korupsyon, proteksyon sa mga OFWs, pagsusulong ng kapayapaan, pangangalaga sa kapaligiran at mga teritoryo, pag-iral ng rule of law, dagdag trabaho at aumento sa sahod at pagresolba sa kahirapan.
We certainly appreciate the fact that the general public understands and appreciates where President Duterte is coming from. Lalo na sa kanyang pag-handle ng kanyang campaign promises. Number one, inclusive prosperity. Number two, making sure that crime, corruption, criminality, and illegal drugs is addressed. And also thirdly, yung peace in Mindanao.
Umalma naman ang palasyo sa report ng Human Rights Watch na umano'y nakakatakot na sitwasyon sa Pilipinas. Paliwanag ni Abella, dapat rin tingnan ang tunay na sitwasyon at hindi dapat ibatay sa media reports. Hiling pa ng opisyal na dapat bago kilalanin ng ibang mga bansa ay dapat ang mga Pilipino na muna ang kumilala na kumikilos ang pamahalaan para labanan ng mga banta sa kaayusan at kaligtasan ng publiko.
I think we need to understand everything in context. No? Una-una kasi coming from the liberal media, they tend to, liberal institutions, they tend to depend on media and without really seeing things on the ground. Things have to be viewed evidence-based and fact-based on the ground. However, having said that, I think we also need to appreciate the fact that President Duterte again and again, has said that as a lawyer and as a leader, he understands two things. Number one, he needs to play by the rules. But secondly, also, he needs to address the bigger context. And the bigger context is that the Philippines, the Philippines is really just newly waking up to the fact that the illegal drug menace is really all over the nation. It's really, he says, we're on the verge of being a narco state. And that we need to appreciate. No? So I think what we need to understand, aside from the comments from outside, tayo mismo dapat intindihin natin yung nangyayari sa bayan natin. Una-una, near a million people have already surrendered. People tend to ignore that fact. People tend to ignore the fact that there really is a menace in the Philippines. However, and we are not diminishing, we are not at all diminishing the deaths. No?
Gate pa ni Abella, ginagawa ni Pangulong Duterte ang lahat para ipagkaloob ang hinihingi ng mga Pilipino matapos bigyan ng mandato nitong Hunyo.
Yeah, very obviously, even regionally, the ASEAN countries, they tend to appreciate what we have done. See, the president kasi has been acting out of the box, and liberal institutions worldwide tend to think within the box. Meron silang sinusundan na boxes that need to be ticked. President Duterte is a brilliant strategist, and we cannot talk about all of these things that he's done, but definitely his is a model that needs to be commended and to be observed and studied.
Para sa PTV News, Rocky Ignacio, Davao City.
Ano lang ako, ganito. I might be really a small-time boy. No credentials, impressive ones, no nothing. But what I have is just a basic sense of my love for my country and for my children. You get to realize how important your country is kung may mga anak ka na. Kung yung tayong binata pa, no, it was a wildlife. Pero nung may mga apo na ako, ibang istorya na to. So it's at the end of the day, it's our country. Ngayon dito kayong nagputok dyan sa Maote, they have all been accounted for. Nahuli ko na lahat. Ang isa dyan, anak ni Sema, ng mayor ng Cotabato. He is now detained dyan sa Malaysia. We have a good working relations with Mahathir and with Dudo. And hindi pa dumating yung mga fast boats ko. Pero order ko talaga sa sundalo. pag nakidnap ka, tapos nagkahabulan, and the Indonesian army the Navy would pursue you inside my waters. I said, okay, if we do not have any available sea assets that are around, you can go ahead and blast them off. That's same with Mahathir. Ako, ang order ko talaga sa Navy, sa Coast Guard, basta nag-kidnap, tapos trying to escape, pasabugin mo na silang lahat. Sabi nila sa hostage ko, sorry, collateral damage. Then if they are blasted every day, that would stop, or at least places at in a very into a parity. Hindi ka lalamang sa kulukuhan mo, pasabugin kita. Kaya wag kayong magpa-kidnap, totoo lang. Sila na, ay, si Duterte talagang gago yan, masama yan, palaawa yan noon. Well, that's tatapos na yan. That's something which is a non-issue anymore. Wala na. Kung gago man ako, no, itong pagkagago ko, gamitin ko na rin sa mga gago. Pero wag mo akong, kasi sabihin ko, yung nagbomba niyan, sabi ko, hulihin talaga. And we were able to, and also I'd like to thank of course, the Americans. I'm saying that their imperialism days, it's different from the original. Huwag ka yun magkumpiyansa ngayon. When you go out of, aside from my camera, yung sa syudad natin, may ibang camera pa. So, yung mukha mo nakikita talaga. You know one thing with this drone, anak ka na. Sa gabi, hindi mo makita eh. Andiyan lang pala sa tutok ng Marco Polo. They can take pictures. So we had the faces. So it was very easy for us to catch them. Yung iba, well, I'm sorry, may mga Moro tayong kapatid. Parang pinatay ko. It's not easy to just bomb a place and say, at least safe in the sense that we can prevent it if on time. Because we were able to, almost all kinds of tao dito na puna na ng picture. But sometimes it cannot be prevented. But dito tayo sa, balik ako, may nakalimutan ako. Dito sa graft and corruption. Alam mo, kayo lang ang makahinto niyan. Hindi ako. Kayo lang talaga. The Filipino guy must be assertive. Do not be afraid of government employees, even the military and the police, if you are right. That is what I guarantee you now. Kung gusto mo talaga magtulong sa bayan mo, you have the 6 years window. But I really do not know if I will last that long, but meron kayong window to stop everything. All you have to be is just assert. Demand the service. Huwag kayong magbigay, you create a scene, at saka magkagulo yan, I will eventually take notice of it. Kasi magkaroon niyang may away, skandalo dyan sa Register of Deeds, dyan sa, yan, palaging walang papel. Ako, basta ganon, zero tolerance ako. Kung ako ang nagkamali, pasensya, umalis ka na lang. Tuluyan na lang natin. Pagdating dyan sa customs, kung buksan nila, kayo ang magbukas. Tapos kung magpurot-purot na sa search, okay lang. Maybe they're looking for shabu. No? Tapos yung mga perfume na marami, kung kunan mo, may isang box ka. So, no. That is not taxable. Hindi lang commercial quantity. Wala akong basar. Ito sa asawa ko, sa anak ko, sa kabit ko, sa isa kong kabit. Huwag kayong pumayag. Kung may maghingi, sabi mo, ano? Pakiulit nga. Wala bang... Because on the national level, ang department choose to be many years, NIDAN, for all of its rotten, NIDAN, yung ating application for a railroad, sa awa ng Diyos, wala hanggang ngayon. Ngayon, I'm just giving them one department, 1 month. BIR, 3 days. I will demand now from the local governments, sundin lang ang Davao. Not sans hubris, walang yabang yan. I am not into it actually. I loathe it. 3 days. Pag hindi, mayroon naman, binigyan ko kayo space. For you to tell me, nandyan yung 8888, mayroon pagkatapos niyan, after the news, bakante yan. Bihin mo lang, Office of the Register of Deeds of whatever, itong si ano naghihingi, period. I'll take it from there. Sabi ko, umalis ka. Sabi ko, hindi abot yung pangalan mo dyan. Gano'n, wala na yung civil service. Putang ina yan. Yan ang nakakagulo eh. Yung right to be heard, kung ayaw mo, ilan na dito, police. Assign ko sa hulo. LFTRB. Kita mo, wala na. Yung mga kurakot, ay 92 of them. Sabi ko, mag-resign kayo. Hindi ko lang... para hindi rin ma-insulto kasi may mga anak eh. Diyan lang ang problema. We would really want to avoid also the embarrassment, but sometimes we cannot help it as much as possible. Kung just go into the night without any rokos. Kayo lang hindi ako kasi nandito. Sige ako nagsabi, wala. Tapos wala naman akong feedback. Pati sa taas. Pati yung mga bid ngayon ng mga pantalan, it will go into a process. Sunny is here. I have Tugade. Puro bright ito sila. Tugade is a billionaire. He was our valedictorian sa law school. Sunny, valedictorian. Yasay, salutatorian. Bit Aguirre, cum laude. Si Lorenzana sa defense. Si Kibuloy ay nagsabi sa akin, they were classmates in Cotabato sa Notre Dame. He was the valedictorian. Sa klase niya sa PNP, he was the valedictorian. Walang. Pernia is a emeritus sa UP. Briones. Stalwart ng sa economy, the National Treasury. Si Tigualo, well, she was in prison, ex-convict yan eh. Kasi kinulong ni Marcos. Mariano, ex-convict, kulong yan. Si Lisa Masa, convicted yan, ex-convict sa kinulong ni Marcos yan. Kaya yung aming cabinet, it's a very, not really chaotic, but magulo. Ganon ka lang. Kasi pagkatapos, medyo okay, lumano lang lahat. Ganon lang yan. Puro bright yan. I have assembled one of the Hindi lang alam na akala nila na bit agiri. Sigod, kita mo na pa-acquit niya sa web. No, yan. Classmate ko rin yan. May dalawa pa akong classmate para wala kayong duda. Bambit Mendoza sa Supreme Court. Justice. Pati si Budi Santos. We were classmates. Yung klase namin yan. O kaya, ang plano sa akin ng Diyos, gawin ako presidente. Ang plano nila ito, klasanay yung mga bright, pinaaral ng Diyos ng husto, binigyan ng utak. Kasi sila ang trabahante ko. Paano ito? Si Duterte, wala mo na itong alam nung ako. Sige mo lang ito, bilyar. Well, kayo ang nagkamali, hindi ako. Po, yan ang economy, it will come. Huwag mo lang just show good faith. Then, the most important really is the leader must avoid the slightest taint of corruption. Ako sa awa ang Diyos naman, 23 years ninyo akong na mayor. Not in my system, actually. I got it from my father. He was governor of this place many years ago. But it's hard to be new. Paano ako na I was a fiscal. And at the same time, wala pa yung ombudsman. Tanod Bayan pa yan. I was a special prosecutor for the Tanod Bayan. I used to go around Mindanao prosecuting malversation case. Kaya master ko yung disbursement ng yung presentation. Pinag-aralan ko talaga yung step by step paano magpasok ng ebidensya. Yun lang ang trabaho ko. Tanggapin ko kasi wala akong trabaho. Pero maybe I'm used to just anyway, I think that we should have a respite of corruption. Ngayon, if you want your country really to grow, ayaw ko ng away. That's why I talk to Abe, I talk to no military alliances, no nothing. I do not even want I want the country freed of foreigners, soldiers. Ayaw ko. Time for the Philippines to sibat na kayo. We're good enough. We're good now. So, hindi ko na kailangan yung magpatrolya. Let me just talk to my brother Moro and the rest of it. And maybe from their own, somebody should, wala na ako, maubusan ako ng panahon. Another Filipino should stand up and do the right thing. Huwag na yan kailangan mga sundalo. Actually, sinabi ko kay Abid, hindi ko na kailangan yung mga missile, mga baso. Because as you would see now, sometimes it's Putin who is very conciliatory. And now Trump is almost also disregarding, ignoring the reports of the hacking. He's reaching out. If we start a war, a third world war, that will be the end of the world. Pag binitawa lahat yung nuclear, ngayon, kung meron tayong si Kim Jong-il, itong buang nasa North Korea, he's the wild carder. Not Russia na to. Putin is just an ultra si Putin Ultra. But ang gago niyan, itong sa North Korea lang. Kung mamatay ang buang na yan, okay na tayo. and the Philippines would be okay. Okay na tayo. Okay na tayo. Corruption, wala na yan. Terror, hayaan mo na kami yung military. That's why I was watching with, I was amused to, listening to Ronnie Go. He used to be a pilot and he used to fly for me. When I was mayor, sila one of those guys who would fly the chopper. Sa kasap siya. So nakita ko metamorphosis ng tao to a family and then a businessman. So kagaya natin, he has children, he have children, your grandchildren. We should cooperate. Kung gusto talaga ninyo, ang anak ninyong will not be thrown into a very corrupt, help me. All you have to do is to just say, excuse me, ano sinabi mo? Pera. Sampalin mo. I will answer for it. Basta totoo lang nangyari. Sabihin kong putang ina ka, ikaw nag-umpisa, papatayin kita. You do. Gantihan mo yung plain citizen, I will kalagkarin kita. Hindi ako sabi ko, kayo magkumpiyansa sa akin pag ako talagang you create a scandal. You report. Place it there. Walang libel yan. Ako ang mag-publish. That's publication eh. Pag yan naman, but ikaw naman ang papadala sa akin. I just can't keep it. But if I publish it, ako yung ano yan eh. May saying dyan na he who is the cause of the cause is the cause of them all. See? If you are the cause because you are corrupt, then you deserve what the succeeding events will be. He who is the cause of the cause is the cause of them all. So that's my warning to all workers in government. Lahat. Ang hindi ko kontrolado ang judiciary because that is a different department. I am not supposed to intrude. That would be unconstitutional. And of course, Congress, hindi rin natin kaya. Makaya natin, pagdating ng panahon madali, wala na yung 60 days. Kung ang presidente mag-declare ako, my ground to preserve my country. That's the highest. To preserve the integrity of my country, that there will be more Filipinos, more attuned to the civilized practices of the world, and at least happy. Yung iba, pagbaya mo, the dirty job, hindi man ninyo kaya rin. Pag sabi na, wag mong gawain yan, putang ina mo, papatayin talaga kita, at pinatay kita. Ay, no, sabihin nyo, I'll end this by saying, you want walang patayan, no deaths? You want a city with no military men, no patrol cars, wherever. You want na ang punerarya magbangkaruta na? Madali lang. Drop your guns if you are a terrorist. Drop the shabu tonight and tomorrow it will be heaven. Maraming salamat po.
Daghang salamat. Palangga namong President Mayor Rudy Duterte, and may we request the President to have a photo opportunity with the members and guests in 16 batches.
Please come up on stage as your table number is called.
And for the guests to please take your seats.
You may now take your seats. We'll start off with tables number 23 and 24. Again, tables number 23 and 24. We'd like to request tables number 11 and 12 to be ready because you're going to be next.
Madilim na kahapon, ikaw ang mag-aahon. Sa piling mo, di ko mawawala ang korupsyon. Tayo na, Pilipinas.
All right, at the count of 3.
Tayo na,
1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Next group, tables 11 and 12, please.
Para sa pagkasenso.
And the next tables, tables 22 and 21.
Ikaw at ako, tayong lahat kay Rodrigo Duterte, para sa tunay na pagbabago.
On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, thank you.
Next batch, tables number 22 and 21. We would request tables 10 and 13 to please be ready because you're going to be next.
Rape, droga at mga nakawan, dapat na mapigilan.